Okay, we're looking at the Dow Jones. We see we're not out the woods yet, but we're definitely over the 10. We gave a nice, think about what happened today regarding the intraday. So we were down as, a lot. And if you look at this, this pretty much shows you that, it was down a tremendous, it pretty much, opened and gapped all the way down, and the bulls were able to basically bring it close to the open. So we just have to see if we're going to be able to get above these prior levels, at least the high of today or at least yesterday's high, which is around here. And if we look back at the daily, you could see that we're pretty much talking about, getting back above that level that we've been talking about for a while, which is that 15,721 area, and just kind of go from there. Because if we go to the weekly, we could definitely see that this is an area that has been looked at. The 15,709 we talk about a lot from the weekly. So want to get back above there, but the new one is to get above this previous high of last week and continue from there, because a lot of people might have viewed that as kind of like their buy signal to get in, but we want to close above it. That's one of the biggest things regarding a lot of these shooting stars and hammers. We want to see, because let's say if you're a hammer like this, if it closes below this, then you know that this is a broken hammer, and this shooting star is still in place until it gets closed above. So we just have to see, but it definitely looks good, and let's see if we can get some follow through for once. Geez, it's been really uh, kind of annoying not to get the follow through with a lot of different stuff, but that's a part of trading, and we take it from there. The composite, we see that we have a nice small engulfing pattern, and we definitely want to see if we can get above this 39.66 level, and we could continue from there. We have some names that we're going to be looking at as well after we do our review of the indexes, which I believe you should always start first, because this will tell you where you need to be going. I mean, if the indexes were all bearish and you're looking to go bullish, well, you kind of don't want to fight the underlining tide, So again, we have this area. If we even want to put this little line right here to say, okay, if you're aggressive, you can get in above this high of 1768, 78. But kind of just want to see where it goes from there, because again, we have some higher, some higher lows and some lower highs. So we kind of just want to see where it breaks. But if we look at the weekly, we definitely see that we have the bias towards the bullish for obvious reason. So we'll continue to look at this. We'll look at the Russell. The Russell is back at this close to the swing point. We look at the daily. We see that we tested. We got a hammer right at previous swing point. And is this just a flag to continue, maybe to like get to some downside? Don't know yet, but we need to at least recapture the 10 before we start looking to get aggressive with the long side, for at least for the Russell. So yeah, so let's look at some names that are kind of looking really good. We've got MasterCard is looking good. It just needs to break yesterday's high of the day. That one looks good. Priceline actually looks good, because it actually broke above these lower highs, and I drew this in, and we've been looking at it over the past couple of days, and it broke above volume. MACD is curling up. So, I mean, like I said, we'll see how far or how much juice this one has going on. We have, we have New Skin that's continuing to the upside. That one looks good. We got Baidu. We've been talking about this mess, and we're seeing that we're right at the 50 with a hammer. So we really have to see, maybe look at kind of, maybe something like this to say, okay, is it going to continue in this channel, and kind of just go from there to see if this channel is going to continue. Um, and only time will tell. Let's see if we can see something on the monthly. Again, we said that we had this wick that we wanted to kind of be aware of, see if we get close above it, and we still haven't. So looking at the, we just have to see and hope, it's early in the month, so we don't really have to worry per se. So don't know if we're gonna get a little lower close and then a cup and handle to maybe a cup handle, or I don't know, but that's just guessing because we can only trade the right side of the chart, so we'll see kind of what goes on from there. Facebook gave you an engulfing pattern, bullish engulfing pattern, that we definitely could want to see if we get some follow through, but I want to see it recapture the 10. And I got a lot of lines on it. Let me see if I can delete all these drawings. Yeah, let me delete all of them. So let's just start with something a little cleaner. So you have this downtrend. You have these lower highs in place. And I just want to see it get above that. So I couldn't even wait. Like I said, I'll wait till it recaptures the 10, breaks above this trend line, and get it on the dip and then continue to go higher. So we'll see what happens with that. Apple didn't give that much follow through, which we were saying we've been saying is we want to get at least above this level of 528.45, or at least this 532. 533.23 is actually the number that we were talking about. So kind of just want to see how that one plays out. A couple names that looking good is Nike is looking good. Starbucks closed up nice and high, so you see the decreasing volume to the downside and gave it a nice engulfing. So we want to see if we can get a follow through and kind of go from there. As we have Cores, which it looks good. This is a strong name, and you see we have some big volume here. So we just kind of want to check these things out and see how it goes. And a lot of some names that I'll put, usually again lunchtime on Twitter, I'll blast out a couple of names to kind of just add on your watch list. So I would suggest if you want some things to kind of potentially look like, and then you just see if they close strong to see if it's something that you like. So again, Maximus Analysis. You can email me at Gmail if you have any questions regarding anything. Comment, share, subscribe. Really appreciate people watching the channel and giving me some type of feedback. Thumbs up and thumbs down. Either way, a good. If you give me a thumbs down, at least let's tell me why. And maybe it could be that you don't like my voice, but something a little bit more tangible than that. If I disagree with something that you feel that I should be looking at in another aspect, you could put that in as well. I have no problem with that, because one thing about trading is definitely you have to be humble and your ego has to be in check, because your account won't be able to last as long as a bold or inflated ego will. So that's something that I don't have, and continue to understand that I'm going to probably be a student of the market till I just stop trading. So again, thanks for looking. Thanks to subscribe, comment, and take care and trade them well. Okay, so make sure you're looking at those indexes, seeing the big picture, and kind of see what's going on from there, because we could have a huge squeeze going on, maybe, and we'll see what happens, because look at this, another name that 3D is squeezing the bejesus out of everybody. So I wouldn't, and it's an ego would tell somebody to go short. It can't go higher, can't go higher. Well, guess what? It's gone higher. I mean, maybe you say this is exhaustion volume. It's at a key level of maybe this 70, but I'm not going to short it. You're going to short it, try to get that or get that. That's hard trading. So don't make this thing is hard enough. So again, long-winded, and I'll stop from there. So again, trade them well, do your homework, and do another one tomorrow.